Transfers can have a big impact in college football. In fact, the last two Heisman winners, Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray, both transferred to Oklahoma before winning the award. The Sooners could make it 3 in a row this season, with Jalen Hurts transferring in from Alabama. Hurts was the top-rated dual-threat quarterback in the country during his days at Channelview High School in Texas. Now he's returning to Big 12 country to prove himself as a passer and try to keep the Sooners in the playoff picture. But there are some other familiar faces from this show that could make an impact at new homes this season. Jacob Eason was the #1 rated quarterback in the nation in the 2016 class. After 2 seasons at Georgia, Jacob has returned to his home state of Washington to play for Chris Peterson and the Huskies. Jacob starred at Lake Stevens High School about an hour north of Seattle. He credits his dad for working on his technique to mold him into the quarterback he is now.
I studied film. I dove into it as far as what's a good, perfect delivery. What about the hip rotation? Where's the arm come out? And from that, because I knew at an early age Jacob was talented. As a dad, I felt a responsibility that God blessed this kid with talent, and it's my responsibility to figure out how I'm going to develop it.
Really, honestly, I don't know where I'd be without my dad. I mean, he's been the guy to, to get me to make me the person who I am today. I mean, starting out at a young age, throwing football before the bus, going to school, he'd always critique my motion and get it right. So it was muscle memory. By the time I got up to high school, I'd have that motion down. I mean, he's the one. He helps me with my recruiting. He helps me, become a better man off the field.
The result of all that work they did together: a detail-oriented quarterback who strives to eliminate as many flaws as he possibly can.
He's a perfectionist, and yet still spends time on Saturdays and Sundays doing footwork drills and working with receivers. And that has not come from me. That has not come from Coach Widman. That maybe a little bit from Dad, but for the most part, that's an inner desire to want to go play Division I football, and that's what he chose to do. And to his credit, he's worked his tail off to get ready to go be that guy.
Now close to home, Eason could have Washington contending for the Pac-12 championship and in the thick of the playoff hunt. Eason isn't the only former Georgia quarterback with a new home. Justin Fields was also the top-rated QB in his class in 2018. After a year in Athens, he decided he would get more of a chance to shine with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Fields was granted a waiver to be eligible to play this season for Ohio State, and the Buckeyes are getting a difference maker.
I feel like it's just seeing the hard work pay off. I felt like I've always been at that level, but I just kind of got, slept on, so to say. But it's nice to know that people are actually realizing the hard work I put in and how good I am. I feel like I've improved a lot, just in the field and just at camps and just my overall athleticism. I got faster, stronger, and my arm's probably gotten better. And I've also gotten a little bit more accurate, so I feel like I improved.
I think the biggest thing with Justin is, and I always go back to how intelligent he is. Because he's so intelligent, he can grasp what we're doing very quickly. And he does a really good job of making the reads, and he's really picked it up and done a good job with it, because he's got to make a lot of decisions. We run a lot of RPOs, run pass options. He did a really good job, because a lot of people will tell the quarterbacks when you're going to throw it, when you're going to do this. And we've really let him decide a lot of that on the run pass option.